Hey, Mark Lyford here. Thank you for watching. Whether it be in life, business, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're not an entrepreneur, having a mentor, for me, was one of the most powerful things. I think mentors that have specific experience in a certain field, whether it be business in general, in life, certain areas of life, is a tremendously powerful thing. My first and actually only proper business mentor was a man that I wrote about in my book back there, Rebel Entrepreneur, which I wrote in 2013. And his name was Harry. And I wrote about Harry in my book on page 163. And Harry I met in 1997, a long time ago. And at the time I was trying to be one of the first online property websites on the internet. Remember, this was 1997. And I was privileged and fortunate enough to meet Harry. How I met him was a bizarre story. Read the book if you want to know about that bizarre story. But I was privileged to spend many weeks a year with him, sitting in his office, listening to how he conducted himself, listening to how he did business. And Harry was pretty much the reason that I went on to make a great success of my life back in the early 2000s, because he steered me in the right direction, he kept me in check, and he gave me great advice. Unfortunately, Harry passed away on Millennium Eve 1999, just as I was really ramping up my success in business. And to this day, it still makes me very sad that he was lost way too early in his early mid-60s. And what's interesting, after he passed, I, in 2001, 2002, lost all my money. I lost a lot of money. And I genuinely think, if Harry had still been around then as my mentor, I wouldn't have lost everything and more. Because he would have been there as things were getting ridiculous with the business and growing at a rate that I couldn't keep up with. And my early 20s ambition to go to the next level, I like to think and pretty much know he would have kept me in check. He would have given me some reality checks, and things would have probably been very different for me. He was the reason I became very successful in the industry I was in. He told me to get into the industry. I did. Spent 18 months not getting anywhere, and then suddenly it clicked. And went from that to 18 months later living in the Bahamas, having a great life. One of my saddest parts of living in the Bahamas when I finally did, aside from losing all my money when I was there, was that Harry wasn't there on the island, the same island that I used to go to 3, 4, 5 times a year sometimes to go over and see him. One of the saddest parts is that he wasn't still on that island because he passed away in 1999. But he was the reason, his advice and nurturing was the reason I got that success. And like I said, if he'd have still been around, I think I would have kept it. So having a mentor in whatever area of life or business that you are wanting to improve on, having a real mentor that helps you, guides you, and keeps you on the right track and keeps you in check is a very valuable thing, in my opinion. I haven't found a mentor in over 20 years like Mr. Harry Dan. I would like to think over time I can help other people like he did me. But look to get a good mentor that you get on with. He was as much of a friend to me as he was a mentor, but I think that is that makes the good ingredients for being a good mentor to someone. Thank you for watching. Catch you very soon.